Yeah, I thought it was a very, very exciting college basketball game tonight. And first, I'd like to thank there's a crew of guys that put the floor down, and with the weather and everything, there were guys who stayed here all night, 16 guys, and made sure the building was ready for us. So I want to publicly thank those guys for doing extra work and getting the building ready for a great matchup. We had our challenges in the first half. I don't know if I've ever seen a team score 43 points on 17 shots in the half. They shot 82%. We went into the locker room and just shaking our heads, just saying how could they can't shoot much better. And eventually they're going to have to miss. And luckily for us in the second half, they didn't get any threes to go down in the second half. But really in the first half, I thought they played an extremely efficient basketball game and kept us on our heels. Second half, this gentleman right here, kind of took over the show, and as I said it so many times, he makes the game easy for everybody on the floor. He makes the game easy for the coaching staff. He does just about everything for us, just creating easy baskets. And I thought he did a great job of handling their pressure and creating opportunities for some of our younger players. John Lee had a terrific basketball game, 23 points, 6 rebounds, led us some rebounds, 5 assists. Really did a nice job, and I thought Joel got us off to a quick start with a couple of quick threes.
A lot of the focus from VCU is when you guys switch to the press, they're used to kind of dictating the tempo, and it seems like you guys did it over those last 10 plus minutes.
Yeah, we were forced to go with a little smaller lineup. Kari was in foul trouble, and really only had one front court player in there, so we were trying to change up the rhythm. And we knew they had a terrific advantage inside, and they were playing off Jamie Skeen or some of the post players, and we had to at least take some time and try to make them use some time in the backcourt. And if we generated some turnovers, that was great. And as it turned out, it really picked up our energy, and we got some easy baskets and got us a cushion.
Chase, can you talk just about how you guys turned the tables on VCU in terms of turning up the defensive pressure and turning them over, and like Bill said, getting easy baskets?
I credit that all to the game plan. We did a great job changing defenses, threw a lot of defenses at them, keep them off balance. And we were able to turn some of those into turnovers off the full court press and get some easy baskets.
Correct me if I'm wrong, did you guys kind of switch? Was it right after you had that big three-pointer that put you up, gave you a little bit of a cushion, and then that's when you switched?
Yeah, it was about I think we had a 4-point lead. Maybe it was 56-52, somewhere in that. And then kind of out of a timeout, just went a little extended defense. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but our energy was good. I thought Alex Harris did a terrific job right on top of it, being the point man in the press, and guys behind it, like Chase and Joel and John, they really had made pretty good reads behind him, and we were fortunate to get enough rebounds, to keep them honest. And the game is, you look good when you're making shots, and we made some shots tonight, and that was very, very fortunate.
91 points, obviously, the season high. A lot to feel good about, in that respect. That it came in the flow too. Is that something that you're pleased with?
Yeah, I'm just very, very proud of that. This team continues to develop. There was a point in the season where, it could have went the other way. We weren't having very much success, and practices were tough, and coaches were on them, and through Chase's leadership, I think the young kids have really stayed the course and tried harder. And we always say when things get tough, you get one or two choices. You can either quit or you can try harder. And this team is bought into trying harder, and we've had to adjust some different things because of injuries. How are we going to play? What's the best way to play for us? And I don't care what kind of game plan you draw up, we're best when the ball's in his hands, and he's making plays for us.
You talk about 3 guards tonight.
Yeah, and even I'll throw Alex Harris in that group off the bench. When you talk about Joel Smith, Jonathan Lee, and Alex Harris, they all bring something different to the table. but you know, they're all shooting the ball pretty well. Alex quietly had a great line. He had 6 assists, 1 turnover, really kind of sparked the front of our press. Joel Smith has just been shooting lights out over the last, 6 weeks or so. He's really shooting the ball and, kind of set the tempo early. And John just keeps coming at you. He's got a great attitude. He's got great emotional energy, and I think our guys feed off him. He's a tough defender, and he's making plays. He's getting more and more comfortable in his role, and I think playing alongside of Chase has really kind of allowed him to grow up and make mistakes on the fly and really not have it penalize the team, because he's always kind of got a little bit of a security blanket with Chase out there, either redirecting after a dead ball or helping him out. Now I think John's at a level where his confidence is very high, and I think you saw what he could be tonight.
There's not just Chase. I mean, Chase that kind of like presides over it all.
Yeah, I mean that's the way it is. You go as your best player goes, and he sets the table for us. I thought Kari Black had a tremendous game for us today, despite having fouled out. He helps us with some ball handling. Ryan Pearson is getting better each and every time out. So, all those parts are getting better, but those parts are allowed to get better because they can do it with the comfort of Chaisson Allen.
You touched on this a little bit, the ball movement, 24 assists on 36
Yeah.
passes.
We emphasized that, before the game. We thought we could, get some penetration and move the ball, but if we threw, 1 or 2 extra passes, we'll get an even better shot. And now we're not settling for jump shots. We're moving the ball. We're getting the ball to the basket. We're getting 2-foot paint touch off the dribble. So we're getting a little bit more aggressive. And with the guards in there, when you spread the floor, those driving lanes presented themselves, and guys, I thought guys did an excellent job of just sharing the ball, moving the ball, and getting the best possible shot that we could get.
Had a lot of backdoor looks there. It seemed to kind of really hurt them there when they were trying to.
Yeah, when you get that lead, you can kind of use some energy against an opponent. Once you get a little bit of a lead, it's tough to come from behind because you're trying to generate some turnovers. And if you're patient against it and you have the floor spread and make good decisions, you can get even better looks. And that's the challenge. You handle the ball, move the ball, and get the best possible look. I thought Ryan Pearson did a great job in the middle of it, really being patient and finding guys either opposite or backdoor cuts or so on, and was integral. And when they put a couple people on Chase, he moved the ball for Ryan, and Ryan made some excellent passes out of it. So it was an overall team effort. Couldn't be prouder of this group for hanging in there and sticking with the game plan and sticking with it every day. And just can't say enough about Chase and how he's been able to bring this group along.
Chase, can you maybe address the coach was talking about this team being at a point where it could have gone the other way, but here you are now, winners of 4 in a row in your conference, and feeling pretty good about yourselves and how you played. What has been the common denominator in this 4 games that you've won here?
I have to start off saying the start of the season non-conference schedule helped us prepare, play some tough games, winnable games, but we ended up on the other end. And coming up as of late, we hitting a stretch where we're learning from our mistakes and being able to put together the things we need to do to win. And now that we know how to win, we're able to do those things.
How much did the energy and emotion help you guys on the floor? Really only 6 players. You got 10 minutes combined between Dinko and Alex Bates. How much did that help you guys on the floor? It didn't even seem like you were tired after such a fast-paced game.
Yeah, when we're all out there, we just feed off each other. Like Coach said, John Lee is a great emotional leader, so he helps us out in that way. And then making big plays also helps on defense and offense. So.
Chase, that 3-pointer about 2.5 minutes to go, they had cut it down to an 8-point game, and you pulled up from 5-6 steps beyond the line. I'm sure Coach wasn't too happy with the shot selection.
I thought it was great.
Just take us through that possession. I mean, I'm sure you knew you had to shoot it with the shot clock ticking down, but I mean, your thoughts as you saw that ball step in, is that a shot you practice at all?
Not really. Saw the shot clock was going down. We've been doing the ball screen late game, and usually they send 2 at me, and Skeen was meeting right there at the 3-point line, and the opportunity presented itself, and I just shot it, and happily it went in.